Coma Christ right there. Modern Demon, name of the song. Pantera, I'm Broken. Iron Maiden, Prowler. I'm Scott Davidson. We are joined by our good friend, the one, the only Billy Bio from Biohazard. Billy, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me, Scott.
Thanks for calling in. Are you in New York?
Nope, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay, so the weather's pretty nice then.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Here.
I miss the weather there. East Coast is the coast.
Today in Chicago, it's windy as hell. I got trees about to blow over my house over. But other than that, we're doing great. Biohazard, brand new stuff. You guys are number one on our playlist. Congrats on the new album. Doing so good, right?
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. It's awesome. Scott, we talk a lot. But if 3 or 4 years ago, you would have said, hey, man, in a couple of years, you're going to have a new Biohazard record. You're going to put the original OG members back together, and you're going to be kicking ass on cross country.
You would have said no way. I
would have been like, no way. And here we are.
You'd be like Michael Jordan. They asked Michael Jordan, you ever come back to basketball? No. But he came back. So yeah. Biohazard's back. I saw you when your comeback show in this area in the Midwest was Milwaukee Metal Fest. What a great show that was. And that was the start of a lot of things to come, right?
Yeah, dude. I would say that I was the holdout. I was the skeptic. I thought it would last maybe 3 shows, and someone would say something stupid. We'd get in an argument like the old days, and it would be over. And it never happened.
No.
That show at Milwaukee, the Jamie Johnson's Fest, Milwaukee Metal Fest, we played there so many times coming up, and that show was it was so like chaotic and disorganized on our side, and equally as amazing because Biohazard was like, we were a type of band, and we were never big on production and lights and having like theatrical part. It was all heart and soul, and that show had it. And I was like, holy fuck. We were unrehearsed, there was mistakes, but it was real and authentic, and we fucking nailed it. I remember walking off stage like, holy shit, this is just like it was in 1989.
Crazy.
Great.
Awesome. So, yeah, I was at that show. Great response, great show. And it sounds like you thought at the beginning it wouldn't work out, but you guys are getting along better than ever, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson talking to Billy Bio. You called in on July 10th last summer. I did 31 interviews. Every year I do something different. One year I did 27 shots of vodka. I don't even drink vodka really. I mean, I drink it anyways. It's something different. Then the next year I did 28 hours live on the air. 28 hours live on the air. I didn't do any. I just drank some Red Bull maybe or something. That's about it. And then this year was 31 year anniversary for Rebel Radio. I did 31 interviews, and you're one of them. Thank you so much for being part of our interviews. And you've called in probably 4 or 5 times over the years, so thank you for that as well. And we always play Biohazard. I remember seeing Biohazard in Chicago at this place. You had to go up these stairs. You probably were like bitching about moving equipment up there. I was when I played there. It was called Thurston's. And this guy, I think Sean Duffy booked it. It was Biohazard upstairs at Thurston. Now it's in a condo complex. It was like, let's see, it was like by Diversity and something. And you guys played there. This is probably like 1996 or 95 or 6 or something. And I remember you guys blew me away that show. I was like, wow, this band's awesome. I love how you and Evan both do lead vocals. I love how you guys, write songs. So great job all these years for Biohazard. And what was the final thing that got you all back together? Was it a concert? Was it Milwaukee Metal Fest saying, hey, we want Biohazard to return? Was it you guys talking and saying, hey, it's been too long. Let's get this thing going again. How did Biohazard come back from the dead?
You know what, bro? It was, I would say, I was on the phone, and I was doing, in the middle of a Billy Bio record, or Powerful, I don't remember, but I was so focused, as you know, I was focused on Powerful and Billy Bio. Moved past Biohazard, but I got a call from my old manager, who I stayed close friends with, Scott Koenig, great dude. He called me up on the studio. It was a Thursday night. We spoke for like an hour, and he told me he was in the hospital. When your buddy calls you up to tell you he's in the hospital, all you want to do is find out what's going on. And the more I asked him about what was going on with him, the more he kept talking about me and the band and what I was doing. And that was a dude, the type of dude he was. He managed Biohazard through most of our early career, Madball, Fear Factory, Clutch, Sleep, all these great bands.
Wow.
Great dude. But the last thing he said to me when we got off the phone, he said, listen, do yourself a favor and get the band back together. Put it back together. Bury the hatchet. You owe it to yourselves. You owe it to each other. You owe it to your fans. And I was like, nah, man, I moved past that. It was a great run. I had a great time with the guys. We made some great music, but I'm so into Billy Bio and Power Flow. I'm not into it. And that was it. And the next morning, I got a phone call, and unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh, man.
And I was the last person to talk to him. And it still hits me in the heart, but those words rang loud, and I remembered it. And I got a phone call. I was in Florida doing a record for producing this band called We All Rise, and I got a phone call from Evan, and we started talking, and he's telling me, like, I love what you're doing with Sendog and your solo stuff. And I'm like, cool, thank you, bro. What are you doing? And he's like, hey, why don't we get together and jam? And I was like, whoa. And I remember the words that Scott said to me, and that was the beginning of it. And it was great. And I never looked back since. It's been high fives and fucking good vibes ever since. And until it sucks, I'm gonna keep doing it. So
are you still gonna do Billy Bio down the line? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I got a new one cooking.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Now, Billy, when you're writing for Billy Bio and you guys are writing for Biohazard, is it different or is it the same thing?
Well,
It's different, right?
yeah, it's a little different. It's not different. My approach is not different. I'm always writing, and now that I have all these bands, some songs kind of fit more with Biohazard, some fit more with Power Flow. I think there's more of a relationship between Billy Bio and Biohazard. I think Billy Bio is more of a punk side, comes out, but there's songs like, for example, Feed the Fire. Feed the Fire was a Biohazard song. I wrote it. I think I released it on a 7-inch on Bridge 9 Records, and it was me, Danny, and Bobby playing the song, and that was way before there was Billy Bio. But so I'm always writing. I'm always creating, and whatever I'm doing, there comes a point when all the songs kind of magnetize and jump off the paper and say, yo, this is what I am. It's called Divided We Fall, or it's called Leaders and Liars, or Guerrilla Warfare. And they seem to just magnetize together, and they resonate and work well. So I would say, because I'm always writing, there's a bucket full of song ideas and creations, and sometimes they fit more with Sendog singing on it, or it's me, or a Biohazard thing. I would say that for Biohazard, we call it the meat grinder. However the song comes into the fray, we all put our energy into it. We jam it. We add the flavor of Biohazard to it by everybody putting in their 2 cents, and that becomes the Biohazard song. So that's pretty much how it all comes together.
How did the album become Divided We Fall? Whose idea was that?
Divided We Fall is a title of, it's a line in Fuck the System.
Okay.
I remember we were talking about calling the record Fuck the System, and while we were doing the song, I was like, let's change this title to Divided We Fall instead of Fuck the System. That didn't work. It just didn't resonate with everybody else, and we kind of liked Fuck the System. But when it came time to, look at the record as a whole, and we usually don't come up with a title. It's not something you come up with first. A title of a record kind of just jumps off the paper. So that point, we had already maybe had 3/4 of the record done, and I was like, it's called Divided We Fall. It's perfect.
Awesome.
All the songs are timely. They fit with that meaning. There's a deeper meaning, another meaning on the side that the 4 of us together are stronger than any of one of us separately. And even though I love doing Power Flow and Billy Bio, I fucking really love being with Biohazard and playing with the 4 original guys. Bro, Scott, there's no band from our era that has the original band.
No.
Nobody.
It's hard to keep a band together that long, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is when you get caught up in stupid bullshit, and that's what happened to us, like every other band. But I think that we got to a point where we're just like, you know what? The shit that mattered to us back in the day, we would argue over, fight over, it was so ridiculous. That shit doesn't matter to us anymore. We're busy with our families, our lives, and things that we got going on in our lives. And so nothing, it's not the same. You know, like we constantly laugh about the shit that we would argue over or have beef over because it was so stupid.
So it's 2025. We got a new album out. What's the plan now? The question I get asked most, where I said I was going to interview Billy Bio at Wednesday morning, 11:30 Central Time. They said, what happened with the show at Concord Music Hall that Riot Fest booked back in October? That was a question I got to ask the most. What happened with that show? Did it get pushed back for some reason, or?
Well, the cool thing is that, like I said to everybody, we're going to have something to make up for it. So Monday we're going to announce what we're doing next with the big tour. We're with 2 of the other bands we're with. We're big fans of, and it's awesome. So it's part of a package. It's a great consolation to that unfortunately canceled show.
Okay.
But it kind of sucked. We got caught up in some shit with people. To me, like if there's 10 people to come and see us, I'm fucking happy as a motherfucker. And I'll play to 10 people like I played like they're 1,000 or 10,000. But with business, not everybody looks at it that way. And I think the promoters, we gave them a lot of, and that crew there are good people. So it really bummed us out that show got canceled. But like I said, we're making it up, and we promise to deliver even harder than we would have delivered, last month.
So this Monday coming up, that's going to be what, December 1st? Monday? Yeah, right?
Yep.
December 1st at about what, 10 a.m. Eastern time or something maybe, or?
When we announce it?
Yeah.
No, that's the last conversation. It's because it's 3 big bands. It's a cool day. It'll be
awesome.
That was the last conversation.
I'm excited.
Officially, we're going to announce at 10 a.m. I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, whatever. Just look for a big announcement Monday from Biohazard and a couple other big bands too. Awesome. So that looks great. Now, speaking of that, our good friend Frank Masselers from FM Entertainment, you guys signed with him as management. How'd that go down?
Great, man. We had some part, a little bit related to what was going on with the tour, but Jeff stepped up to the plate and Frank, and they were, they welcomed us with open arms, and it's been a great relationship since then.
Awesome. I'll be seeing him soon. I'll tell him he said hi. I'll see him on Friday at Death Angel. All right, it's Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson talking to Billy Bio. He's got more interviews coming up, so we're going to cut this off in a little bit. We got double dose of Biohazard, new stuff coming in. But the new album, like I said, you guys are at number 1, Agnostic Front, like number 2. Things are looking really good for the hardcore metal scene on the charts right now.
Yeah, dude. I love the support, man. I appreciate it. I'll do anything for you, bro. Just call me up and ask me.
Awesome. Thank you for calling in on our 31-year anniversary. We got something else cooking, what we talked about off the air, that's coming up soon, too. We're going to play a double dose. We picked the song Forsaken, which was the first song that we started playing of the new album. And then you picked a song called Eyes on 6. That's what we're going to start with. Why did you pick those 2 songs?
I like, bro, every record I create is like a baby. It's like a piece of me. And you can't take one song off the record because it's like that baby's arm, or another song's the baby's leg. And with Divided We Fall, Forsaken is probably the head of the record. It was the first song that we started playing live before we even recorded it, and it just worked. People, a lot of times when you play a new song, the crowd loses energy because they want to hear what it's like. When I go see a band that I love and they tell me they're going to play a new song, I'm focused and locked in on what that song is like. And when we started playing Forsaken, it's like the audience didn't lose a beat. It was like it just worked. fucking so. It's a great Biohazard meat and potatoes. It's got covers all the bases of all the great stuff that I love about the band, and obviously I think what people love about the band the most.
Now, Billy, when you're writing this album, we got 10 songs here. Now, how do you put songs? Do you know the openings, F the system starting off? Do you know what's going to be a closing song, or does that have to you record first and see how it flows into each song? How do you pick what song goes first, second, third, and so on?
It kind of the songs picked itself, dude.
Okay.
We don't sit there and say, "Hey, let's use this song. This is perfect." It just suddenly just connects and clicks. So it probably like the title of the record I had mentioned before. It just seems to work, and it was pretty obvious when you have a good record and a situation that we luckily find ourselves in with good songs. It's easy. It's when you have shitty songs that it becomes a lot harder. So there was no disagreements. Everything, it was like, I think this song should go first. Yeah, I think this song should go second. Yeah, that's perfect. So
the whole band, all four of you guys, agreed on 1 through 10. That's pretty cool. That's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, I would say.
Awesome.
It is. Yeah.
So congrats on Biohazard being back. We can't wait for the announcement on Monday for the tour announcement coming to Chicago again. What do you want to say to your fans here in Chicago and around the world before I let you get to your next interview?
Chicago is for me, besides the fucking vibe, the elevated trains, the pizza, it's always been like a second home to us. And we felt like you could have been Chicago could have been another borough. And no disrespect, because Chicago's got its own personality, but we always felt like it was another borough of New York City.
That's what I thought too.
And so we can't wait to come back and play the new records along with all the OG Biohazard classics, and that'll be coming up in the spring. I can't wait to share that news.
Billy, you mentioned the pizza. Who's got better pizza, New York or Chicago?
They're two different types of pizza.
They are.
And I love them both, bro.
Me too.
I'm going to take the political high road.
I'm going to House of Blues tonight, and I go to House of Blues. There's a place called Dough Brothers about 2 doors down to the north on State Street. I go to a place, and they have New York-style pizza. I've been there like 4 times in the last 2 weeks. So I eat New York-style pizza as well, too. So I love them both.
Awesome, dude. We got to get some pizza together.
Yeah, for sure. When you come to town, we'll hook up. Billy, thank you so much for calling in. We're going to play a double dose, and I'm going to put you on the spot here. I want you to be the DJ on Rebel Radio. So throw Rebel Radio in there somewhere. But we're going to play Forsaken Second, the first single. We've been playing like crazy. And then we're going to play Eyes on 6. So I want you to be the DJ and announce Eyes on 6, and we'll see you when you come to Chicago.
All right, awesome.
Take it away.
Yo, what's up? You ready?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? This is Billy from Biohazard. You listen to Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson. This is the newest track from Biohazard called Eyes on 6.
Great job. You're hired. You're one of our next DJs on the morning shows. See you later, Billy. Have a good day.
You too, brother. Hey, man. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving.
On the station.
Awesome. See you later. Bye.
All right, brother. Peace.
It's Biohazard right now, live on Rebel Radio. Eyes on 6. We're still on Facebook Live as well. But when the vocals kick in, we got to turn it down because Facebook will take my video down then. They take it down 30 days anyway, 30 days. Thanks to Billy Biohazard for calling in. Thanks to Muncie Ricky for setting up this interview. Thanks to you for watching. Here it is. Like I said, we got to turn the volume down. Otherwise, Facebook takes my interviews down. It's like a parking garage in Chicago. It's Rebel Radio. Brand new Biohazard. Eyes on 6. It's Rebel Radio with Biohazard, Eyes on 6, new song. All right, we're back on Rebel Radio. That's a first half of a double dose from the band Biohazard. Thanks to Billy Bio for calling in here live on Rebel Radio. Thanks to Muncie Ricky for setting up the interview with Billy Biohazard as he called in back on our anniversary day on July 10th, 2025. I did 31 interviews in one shift. That was crazy. That was one of the craziest days ever here at Rebel Radio, but it worked. All right, now we're going to play a double dose. Thank you for watching. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there supporting Rebel Radio for 31 years. We're 24/7, 365 at rebelradio.com. We got something big cooking too, coming soon. Text me, 773-909-0303 to find out. We're not pushing it yet, but some big things happening at Rebel Radio, so stay tuned. Now, we're back to the music here, and a double dose, I promised, of the band Biohazard. Double dose of Biohazard, and now we're going to play the song here called Forsaken. This is the first song, the first single we had on Rebel Radio for Biohazard. Forsaken, here it is. Let's look at the album cover here. Here's the album cover. So there's nothing to show here. Check this out. So I click on the album cover, nothing to show here. That's not right. Let's see. Let's fix that here. Okay, album cover for Biohazard is right here. Let's see here. We got the pictures. We got the documents. Wait a second here. Biohazard. There we go. Okay, we got Biohazard. Here is the album cover right here. Divided We Fall. Name of the album. There it is. Okay. We got the album cover. So you see that in stores. Pick it up. Buy it. All right. We also got the picture of the band. Most recent picture of the band here as well, too. Let's go there. Here's the band. We got Evan Seinfeld. We got Billy Bio. The original lineup from Biohazard. And that's they took a hiatus for a while. Now they're back, and they're going to make a contra announcement. He just said that in a radio interview. They're going to make a contra announcement this coming Monday, December 1st. Look for a contra announcement from our friends in the band Biohazard. All right, here we go. Now, we're going to play the double dose. And same thing for Facebook Live. Once the vocals kick in, we got to turn the volume down or shutting down. Listen to rebelradio.com to hear this whole song right now. Here it is. Forsaken. Biohazard on Rebel Radio with Scott Davidson. Once again, have a happy Thanksgiving and hope to see you soon. Later. Here we go. Biohazard on Rebel. Switch over to rebelradio.com to hear this whole song. Later.